Friends, family, fans, baby, we are back with episode 108. Golfers are athletes too, believe it or not. Once got up at a pep rally at William Penn, the alma mater, back in the day, with the beer belly and all that jazz, and, profess to the world, we're on a golf scholarship, on an athletic scholarship. This is what we do. We are athletes. We're endurance athletes. 72 holes, 4 days, grueling heat, grueling fans, grueling course conditions. Golfers are athletes too, friends. We got the goddamn Olympics going on this week. Kevin's in the chat on the pot farm, listening in from there. Welcome to the show, friends. We are all here to have a good time. We got the Phoebe cam rocking and rolling. We've got it all going on. So once we get rocking and rolling here, we're going to get Phoebes in. We're going to get the boys out. We're going to figure out who we're betting. I'm back from Ragbri. We've had a great week. It's been like forever since I've actually showed up on the camera. So this is like 2 weeks since I've been out here. And while I was on the Ragbri, old Xander Schauffele went and won his second major of the year. And as a result, the reason we're wearing a $100 bill shirt is because on this show we've been professing Xander Schauffele top 10 in all 4 majors, 40-1, baby. Boom, chakalaka, we got that cashed. We also cashed the top 20 at place 800. So we had a nice little week for ourselves, despite the Open Championship being a complete and utter disaster. What a mess. So yes, that's what's going on there. That's why we're wearing the $100 bill shirt. We're going to check out some Olympics. We're going to check out some Olympic stuff. We're speaking about the Olympics. It happens only every 4 years. We got some South Africans in the mix. We got some Americans in the mix. We got 4 Americans. We got 2 South Africans. We got it all. So to your Canadians, we got a Canadian on the card. So we're going to chat about all that stuff here. Wheels Up asking, as a golf enthusiast, I'm curious about your thoughts on the Olympics. With its skill gaps might impact top golfers. Could it create more pronounced divide between elite players and the rest? Well, I'm glad you asked that question because we have some placement bets, only 3 of them, and they're only top 5s and they're only top 10s. We are going to the boys at the top. We're going to the guys that are reliable. We're going to guys that we know can play good golf, especially in a top-heavy field like this. That's where we're going to be going. We got the wig on because we're playing at Le Golf National. So let me pull up that stuff for you guys and share the screen. We're going to get Phoebes in here. We're going to get me in here. We're going to get everything going. So Phoebe cam's on. Hit the like button for Phoebe. Let's see what's going on. Barry, it's going goddamn amazing, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. So let's take a look at some scoring averages. Yeah, I'm going to pop the stuff on my model. I'm running a touch behind. It's been been struggling to catch up, if you know what I'm saying. So we're catching up. We're doing our thing. Here we go. So scoring averages. There's some easy holes. There's some tough holes. Some say the rough's up. Some say the rough's down. We don't really know. We're just going to pretend like it's going to be the same as always. Played at Le Golf National at the French Kazoo Open the last 2 years, and then the other stuff that had French names in it before that. So as you can see here, we've got all sorts of stuff. Typically, it plays well over par. Difficult golf course, which means, once again, Wheels Up, we are going to have the best golfers pretty much show up here. We're going to be expecting some long irons into these holes. I'm going to zoom in here a touch. Take a peek at what we're talking about. Make these a bit bigger just so we can see what's going on. And these proximity buckets, based off of these bottom yardages over here, if we just take the yardage on the hole, minus 310 yards outside of the par 3s, of course, and try and just get a rough estimation of the proximities that we're going to be wearing. That's why we're rocking the wig, because we're Bob Rossing this mother son of a gun. So as you can see, the proximity buckets, there's 4 shots that kind of fall inside of 100 yards. These might be more of a layup kind of a hole, those 4 holes. The same with the short wedges. But as you can see, there's not going to be holes that you hit driver harder than you should. And there's going to be at least 8 shots that come from 175 and out, likely more. So as a result, we're going to be looking at, this is like major conditions, in my opinion. I think this is going to be playing a bit more difficult than we've seen at the other Olympics. I keep wanting to say Open Championships. The other Olympics. So that's where it's going on there. We're going to dive into the model. We're going to figure some stuff out. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to go over some outrights. We've got some outrights. We've got 3 placements, and we're going to do it all from the middle of the screens over here. All right. So let's get into it. As always, this show has brought to you by rotoballer.com. Don't forget to use code Maniac with the link below to sign up this week for the rest of the next 12 months. You'll get all of our optimizers, get all of my tools, get all of my models, get all of the picks in the Discord, get all of the optimizers, get all of the research stations. If you sign up for the full platinum, you'll get Spencer's stuff as well. He's always crushing. He's a great guy. He is one of the sharpest guys in the industry. So we're going to see what's cooking there. Use code Maniac or code Summer for yourselves to get yourselves some discounts in that department. Whew. By the way, we are sipping on some Jack Daniel's Tennessee honey. Grab yourself a nice cold one if you're allowed to, as always. If you're not, grab a nice seltzer, water, water, fruit juice, whatever you want to do. Have yourselves a jolly good time with me on Back 9 Bets for the Olympics. Let's figure out exactly where the hell we're going and who the hell we're betting. So right from the top, let's get rid of a few of these other ones, and we'll add in as we need to. But we have got 60 guys in this field. We've got a lot of good golfers at the top. We've got a lot of shitty golfers at the bottom, as Wheels Up was speaking about. So first up, first bet we're going to be doing is going to be a Scotty Scheffler top 5. We're rocking 2 units on this bad boy, friends. 2 units on a Scotty Scheffler top 5. Because that's just what he does. If you take a look at what Scotty gets up to in the last little while, it's been delightful. It's been goddamn delightful. 61% of his starts, that is in the last 12 months, 18 different events, 61 of them have been top 5s. Minus 125 ties paid in full means it's a 56% implied probability. We're getting a 18% raw edge on that bet right there. So boom, we're getting in the mix with Scotty Scheffler immediately. We always want exposure on Scotty in the placement markets. We're going to him this week at a golf course that really suits his skill set. Total driving is going to be important. Total iron play is going to be important. Long irons are going to be very important. And then just make those long putts that you got to make. So Scotty's going to always be in the mix. He's a phenomenal golfer. He's the best golfer in the world. He's the number 1 guy in our model across the board. So that's where Scotty Scheffler is coming in. We love it. Take a look at his top 5 market. He's been crushing it. To win $100 in every bet you make, every time Scotty Scheffler has played, you would have returned $517 betting on Scotty Scheffler top 5s. So we're going to go back to that well at minus 125 in a field of 60 people. And when I'm speaking about these 60 people, the bottom 60 are Joel Gerbach, Gaga Nijat Blah, Pachakara Kongwat, Chris Ventura, Karadechi, Apibanrat, Gavin Green, Tapio, Pulkanan. It sounds like a drunken sushi order down at the bottom of this board, yeah, boys. So we like Scotty in a field that's weak. We like Scotty in a top-heavy field for a top 5. Let's go. It's a no-cut event. There's no chance that he misses the cut here. He's going to want to represent his country. We can't get to him at plus 400 to win the tournament, but we're going to bet him top 5. He's likely going to be in the mix there. And by likely, we are meaning 61 freaking % of the time he's doing it. Minus 125 for a top 5? That number seems a little off to me. So let's do it. Let's enjoy it. And let's go from there. In fact, I want to actually take a quick peek here. We have this pulled up. I'm going to pull this up for you guys and show you a little behind the scenes. This is the betting odds database. And I was doing some, before we get into that, we can show you some of this stuff. Let me get Phoebe and I out of the way for this one. And we've got 2 guys in this field this time, Xander and Scotty, sub 6-1. So if you're a 6x better, if you're a 7x better, we spoke about this on the Rotoballer PGA show with me and Spencer at the end of the show. Go check that out. It was a wonderful 15, 20 minutes just speaking about betting outrights and betting how you adapt into the markets, how you adapt to the different odds that are presented to you, how you adapt to the different fields that the odds are relating to. So go check that out. But I pulled up since 2023, these are the odds that have been shorter than 7-1 in the last little while. And as a result, we've seen these guys finish. I mean, we've had 8 winners, sub 7-1 in the last year and a half, 2 years worth of stuff. It's been Scotty Scheffler. 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 I'm not stuttering. No, that's 6 Scotty Schefflers for you right there. And then back in 2023 to start the year, John Rahm was plus 650 to win the American Express and the Century Tournament of Champions. So if you are betting these guys sub-ish, they are paying off so far. But it's a massive equity investment. It's a tough situation to find yourselves in. I would suggest otherwise. You don't necessarily want to touch those waters. I know Pat's on Scotty this week. Good luck to you, Pat. We'll see what happens. But we want to pull up Scotty Scheffler and his top 5 odds just so I can take a quick peek and show you guys. Maybe we're seeing a bit of a weird trend here because I feel like the odds should be slightly better for Scotty Scheffler. And we're going to figure it out here right now. So top 5s, let's pull that odds up here because I'm getting sidetracked. And that's what we get up to on this show. So top 5s, Scotty Scheffler, boom. What will it show us for his markets? We're seeing plus money all the way back in 2024. Yeah, let's just do 2024 season as well so we're not getting too confused because this is the year of the Scheffler. And in bigger fields, in smaller fields, we've seen Scotty kind of push minus 175 at the Charles Schwab, which was a bigger field with a cut, minus 175. We've seen him at minus 125 at the RBC Heritage, which was a limited field event, a signature field event with much better golfers in it. So this is also a very similar kind of a venue. The Players' Championship, he was plus 115. That was probably right before he started going on this tear. Like, the Players is one of the strongest fields in golf. We've got a no-cut event with 60 people with all the guys, the sushi orders down at the bottom of the freaking list here. So that's what we're kind of dealing with here. Love Miss Phoebes. I appreciate you, my man. I know on the pot farm there, Phoebe would love a good old, hangout sesh with you. She looks like she's just hit a doobie herself. But Scotty Scheffler, we've got these guys. I think that is a fire bet, my friend Kevin. You are correct. Scotty has 12 guys that actually have a chance. Exactly. We call it half the field, 30 people, 35, 40 people, whatever. The bottom of the board ain't finishing inside the top 5 religiously. So that's what we're kind of trying to prove on this monstrous tangent to start the show. Back to your regular paid program. Next up, we're not even going to bet Xander outright either because, again, he's sub 6-1. Scary stuff. It might pay off, it might not. But even if you were trying to bet the one guy under 6-1, which one are we betting? Are we betting Scotty? Are we betting Xander? I don't know. But what we're going to do is bet Xander Schauffele top 10 at minus 200. And as a result of that, we're going to have ourselves a nice little 11% edge. Xander Schauffele has finished inside the top 10 65% of his times, 2 out of every 3 starts. And that's exactly what it's telling us the likelihood he is going to do that again at the Olympics as, friends, the defending Olympic gold medalist from the previous year. Xander Schauffele is also one of the best long iron players in the world. If you take a look at his iron play from far away, we are seeing pink boxes across the board. Proximities, strokes gained, good shots, poor shot avoidance. Xander Schauffele is 1, 2, or 3 in all 4 of those categories. Scotty Scheffler is 23rd for poor shot avoidance from far out. He hits a ton of good shots, hits a ton of green in regulations, hits it really close, and his strokes gained are top 4, but Xander gains the most strokes from 200 and out. And as a result, we're going to see a lot of those shots. Remember, we went back to this thing where we saw tons and tons of hole proximities from probably 175 and out. At least 8, potentially 9 or 10, 11 more. So as a result, we're going to see, I keep saying as a result. As a result, we're going to take a quick sip here of the Jack, chill our taste buds out, and go again. There we go. Calm down. It's the Olympics. Don't have to get all fired up. Let's just get kind of fired up. But Xander is a top 10 machine. We're wearing the shirt because he finished top 10 in all 4 majors. That's just what he does. His upside isn't quite there with Scotty. Scotty typically finds himself in the top 5 a lot more. But Xander is still doing top 10s like it's his job. 60% of the time. So that's what's going on here. The odds are suggesting a 67% implied probability. Again, we've only got 60 people in the field. He has to finish inside the top 10 with ties. If he finishes top 10 with 12 other guys, that's a fifth of the field. Top 10 in a normal field is 1/16. So I don't understand where we're going here, but we're going to go and have a fun time doing it. And that's 2 of our 3 bets that we're going to be placing. in the placement markets, wheels up. So we're going top heavy, and I think that's what you got to do. Kevin's inviting me to Southern Cali to do some touring and samples of the pot farm. I appreciate that. Maybe we'll take you up when I go visit Scott Holdridge out there at some point. But till then, let's get to our next guy. It's our first outright, and I believe it's the first time, friends, for the first time, the very, very first time, we are betting Ludwig Aberg, Ubeg, however you want to, iceberg, whatever you want to call it. Luddy is on the card. We are betting all of these outrights at Bet365. It's the Olympics, and we are betting these things in the each way 3-place market, which means if our guy finishes third, we are cashing that each way. So it's a fifth of that. So it's a Ludwig top 3 at plus 400. There's no way there's dead heats because we are at the Olympics. You have to have a finite bronze medalist. There was a 7-man playoff for the bronze, remember last time, with old CT Pan outdueling the likes of Rory and everybody else. So that's exactly what we're kind of getting at here. Ludwig Aubert is going to be our guy. We're in the mix. We're looking forward to what he's getting up to. We've never quite been on this ride with him. We're not betting him anything else because we've got that 3-way places, and he's third in the model. So at 20-1, I get it. I think there's other odds out there, for like a straight up odds. Let me actually put it up quickly, just so I'm speaking the same language to you guys that aren't betting the 3-way each way market, which is kind of juiced up, which is kind of nice. For the Olympics, Ludwig is 14-1. So we're not getting that much of a jump there, but I do fancy myself some Ludwig. He's grading out phenomenally for us. He's been playing great golf. He hasn't quite come across the winning finish line there at the Scottish. Kind of chopped it away a little bit. Josh, there are definitely DK tournaments this week, my friend. Definitely. So it's the Olympics. There's DKs for sure. I think I've entered a few already, so I know for a fact there are. Let me know. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll help you out find them. Or just, go hit the golf thing and it should show up as international, I think is what it's called, or something like that. But back to Ludwig at 20-1. This dude, Xander in the interview mentioned, down the stretch at the Open, I felt more comfortable than I've ever felt on the back nine of a major. I've been there so often. I've done this so regularly. Yes, there's been multiple heartbreaks prior to the win at the PGA, but as a result, he built up that scar tissue. Sometimes the scar tissue can just be an issue. Sometimes it lets you get across the finish line eventually. And I think Ludwig, after choking away the Scottish, not necessarily playing the greatest golf at the Open, let's see what he can get up to. I feel like 20-1 is a very fair number on a very good golfer. He's a great total driver of the golf ball. Great long iron player. Let's take a look at his statistics. His statistics aren't actually the greatest when it comes to a weighted good shot number from the approach side of things, but we know how good of a driver he is. I mean, this guy's been balling out phenomenally on the driving side of things. His ball striking's been great. He just gets it done. So we're going to him. He's third in the model. We like it. He's a great putter of the golf ball. His biggest issue is around the green. And I think this week with the softer conditions, we're going to see some easier golf being played. As a result, we're not going to be seeing too many chips having to be chipped. I'm saying some really dumb stuff that's kind of in the back of my head. But as a result, I need to stop saying that. Ludwig, hit the drive down the fairway, hit the iron on the green, make the putt. If we're chipping too much, we're not going to win this thing anyway. That's his biggest deficiency in his game. 25th in a field of 60. Again, remember the sushi bottom half of this field, not the best. But Ludwig has got the ball striking repertoire. He can make the putts. He's won on the PGA Tour. And I feel like for the Olympics, it's not quite a major. I think he's got this. If not, I fancy his chances to finish inside the top 3 at plus 400 anyway, which is basically why we bet that top 20, that 20-1, 3 ways each way. Let's see what Luddy can do for us. First time better. Let's see if Ludwig can get us across the finish line. Rory McIlroy, not going to be on the card for us. Off the tee, congrats, you're number one, but just not really doing anything else. Not really doing anything else that kind of warms the cockles of our heart. That's okay. We don't have to bet everybody. But what we are going to do is bet Colin Morikawa for a top 5 at plus 200. And we are betting a very top-heavy card here. I understand that. The majority of our long shot outrights are also top 3s. We got a lot more after this. It's going to be a fun time. It's going to be a fun show. We got lots and lots of bets to speak about. So the first one we have here is Colin. Plus 200 for a top 5. Implied odds of 1 in every third, 33%. But Colin Morikawa, in his last few starts, 20 of them, has finished inside the top 5 35% of the time. And if you take a look at what Colin Morikawa has done in his last few starts, it's been even more impressive. He's been phenomenal. I'm going to pull up his Data Golf profile here, take a look at his last few starts. Take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, top 5 finishes in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You know, we're basically finishing inside the top 5 every other time. The Open Championship, he actually made the cut for the first time in forever after being the champion golfer of the year 3 years ago in 2021. Finally showed up, nutted up at the Open, showed some good golf. Lost in the short game department, but struck the shit out of the golf ball. Was incredible out there. So I think this is going to be a great course fit for him. I don't think Colin Morikawa wins this tournament. I think he tries to, and as a result of that, finishes 5th. So this is the first time as a result of that is actually meaning to be in my sentence. So Colin Morikawa, top 5, plus 200, definitely going to be going to him there. It's a pretty simple situation. His second most profitable market has been the top 5 market. Most of these top 20 markets aren't going to be reliable to us or feasible because if we're trying to bet Colin Morikawa for a top 20, it's minus 325. Let's just plug that in and see what happens. Minus 375 for a top 20. You know, our edge goes down quite significantly, although it's still there. I'm not in the mood. Well, it goes up a bit, but I'm not in the mood to lay $37.50 to win $10 back right now on Colin Morikawa. I'd rather bet him top 5, which has also still been a very profitable market for him over the last little while, returning $300 if you were to bet to win 100 in his 20 tournaments that he's played in the last 12 months. That's his jam. When he's inside the top 10, he's basically a top 5 candidate anyway. So you wouldn't want to be betting him top 10 because he finished inside the top 10, 5% more than he finished inside the top 5. So that's a great option for us to kind of take advantage of the odds because it's going to be minus 120 for a top 10. So feel free to shoot through any guys that you're in the mood to kind of bet placements on, and we'll pop them into the model. As you can see, there's a negative edge on that. You don't want to be betting Colin top 10, bet him top 5. When he's inside the top 5, he's always inside the when he's inside the top 10, he's always inside the top 5, basically. And that's what you're going to be getting from him. So roll that out there. We're not going to be betting him top 10. Bet him top 5 at plus 200. Tires paid in full. Let's freaking go. Colin Morikawa. Upside ranking 5th. DFS ranking 6th. Safety ranking 5th. Love all of that. You know, top 5, we can bet him top 5. So we're getting plus 200 in that market. Let's see what he can do. I trust him to do that for us. Those are our placements. We've got Scotty, top 5, minus 125. Xander, top 10, minus 200. And Colin Morikawa, top 5, plus 200. Those are our 3 placements. Now it's time to hit the outrights with ourselves here. First outright in the long shot department is going to be Wyndham Clark. He, friends, is some ridiculous number at 110 to 1. He's 6th in my model in upside. He's profitable in the win market over the last 19 starts for himself. If we go over to his statistics, he's starting to putt better. And if I pull up his data golf situation over here, Wyndham Clark's got himself 2 top 10s in the last 3 starts that are not the Open Championship. The putter's starting to find its way around again. He's been chipping like ass for the last little while. That's okay. Again, we're applying the same Ludwig Aubert situation to Wyndham Clark. and going there. The approach game has been solid prior to the Open Championship. He started to find some form there. The distance off the tee is always going to be there. And guess what? If you think of some options like the Players and the RBC Heritage, Wyndham Clark's got a top 3 and a top 2 at those two kind of positional venues. Second at the Players to Scotty Scheffler. Third at the RBC Heritage to Seth Theegala and Scotty Scheffler. So we're going with the top 3 for Wyndham. He's on the American team. I think a lot of people are telling us, you know what? This guy doesn't deserve to be there. I think Wyndham is going to take offense to that. He's 6th in our model. He's great driver of the golf ball on these shorter courses because he's got tons of distance. He can still continue to thrive in that department. And the weird thing about Wyndham is you're not going to find a solid average for his iron play. He gets streaky. He gets hot or not. He's a hot and not. But over long periods of time, he's been phenomenal out of the rough and out of the distances that we make. I've been on the bicycle for far too long, and I cannot speak anymore. But out of the rough, Wyndham's typically pretty solid, especially with the wedges. Long distance, we've had some struggles, but he tends to hit a few more greens from that distance, blah, blah, blah. But we know Wyndham Clark can putt. We know he can hit his irons well when he's firing up. We got him inside the top 10 in those last 2 starts. We like him at the course history of the Players. We like him with a chip on his shoulder. And he's 110 to 1. He's won 3 times in the last 2 years. If you told me anybody's won 3 times in the last 2 years in a 60-man field, what is he doing at 110 to 1? Phoebe's uncomfortable with the number. We're uncomfortable with the number. We're going there. Let's go. So 110 to 1 divided by 5, what's that? 22 to 1 for a top 3. If he places on the podium, we've got a 22 to 1 ticket on Wyndham Clark. Because this is 3-way each way, a fifth of the odds. This is what we're trying to do. This is how we find it. So, let's go. Top 5 on Colin. Wheels Up says, let's go. Neiman as well. Okay. Scotty, top 20 on... Whoa. Top 5 on Colin, Neiman, and Scotty. Okay. And top 20 on Sharma. Yes. So Sharma, I think, if you're going to be doing anything with him, bet his ass. DFS is going to be ownership galore. Leave him alone. Let him just finish inside the top 20. Hopefully it's 19th. Tires paid in full. Make your money. Leave. You know what I'm saying? Let the other 6K guys sneaky in the way to the top 10s there. We want that for us. Okay. What's up? Instant Classics, the guy that made me do a shoey. What's up, my brother? Thanks for tuning in. Let's get back to us stuff here. Oh, yeah. Exactly. Wyndham Clark's therapist, walking with him daily, so send it, baby. Hell yes, Kevin. We know what's up. We're going there. Wyndham Clark, 110 to 1. 3 places each way. Let's go. 6th in the model. That's all you can ask for. Solid odds. Next up, upside down ranking. Why is he all the way over there? Let's get this kind of filtered the right way. Good stuff. We totally broke the model. Fantastic. Why is it not the same one? Oh boy. See, this is what happens when you fiddle with buttons. I'm going to quickly open this thing so we can have it again because I break things. Okay, this should rectify our situation shortly. But we got Mathieu Pavon. Let's actually just chat about him in the meantime. We're going to be betting this dude as well. He's 90 to 1. He's also showed up multiple times in big tournaments. Showed up in the top 5 at the US Open. He won the Farmers Insurance Open. This is the goddamn Olympics. Let's see what Mathieu Pavon can get up to. When this file opens, we'll see what his top 5 rates have been. You'll see. He's probably going to be popping out top 5s like Antonio Cromartie back on the Jets when he was, doing all that stuff. So it's a little bit of an inside joke. If you're a Jets fan, Antonio Cromartie could pretty much play defense to Phillip Rivers' offensive team there with the family side of things. But the only difference being Phillip Rivers knows where all his kids are at the same time. Antonio Cromartie's got a phone, like 3 different phone numbers to find out where everything is. But maybe more, probably more. Anyway, let's pull up Mathieu Pavard. He's a Frenchman. He's playing the Olympics in France. He's the guy that we've seen this guy pop. Look at his top 5 rates. He's finishing inside the top 5 like 1 in every 5 starts. We're going to bet him top 3 as well because that's what these bets are. So what's that? 18-1 for a top 3 for Pavard. He's been doing this thing. He's a Frenchie playing at a golf course that doesn't necessarily reward the tons of distance. He lacks that a bit. I think we're going to see what's going on over here. I like his chances. He shows up or he doesn't. This is exactly what you want him to do. You want to be betting him in the top 5 market where he typically thrives. You know, he's doing it quite routinely. He's doing it only 6% less than inside the top 10. So both markets have been profitable. The top 5 market is the way we want to go if you're not betting him each way, and then see what he does. But Pavard is a good putter. He's very, very good in putting, and that can be the ultimate equalizer at the end of the day. He's 11th in this field in putting, but at the same time, he's kind of like Wyndham Clark, where these metrics are using median numbers instead of averages. And a quick lesson on mathematics and averages and medians. An average takes the entire sample size and averages it out to give you the number. A median to give you the number that's the average of all those numbers. That's the average by definition. A median takes the middle number. So the outliers on the outside aren't going to impact the 50th number out of the 100 darts as sample size. So that's why I like using those numbers, because it identifies players like Wyndham Clark and Pavard, who, when they're playing shit, I don't care. I don't care how bad you play when you play badly. I care how well you play when you're playing average to better. You know what I'm saying? And as a result of that, we're starting to see these guys show up here. Look at this total strokes gained for these two dudes. Like, Pavard is 14th in strokes gained median. I don't know what he would be if it was average. And you know what? Let's go on another tangent quickly and see. I do this every now and then. It's one of my favorite things to do. So let's go 2024, and we're going to find our guys. So where is Pavard? Mathieu Pavard. Yeah, let's just do Wyndham Clark and see what happens. So Wyndham Clark, let's go over to his strokes gained total and find his average, find his mean, and find his machine. Okay, let's make this green and black so we can all see everything. So his median strokes gained are 0.9, where his, oh boy, so his mean is actually better than his median. Interesting. But if you take a look at his total 75th percentile, which is his upside, that's what that's using. The safety is using the medians, the upside's using the 75th percentiles. So if we're filtering on these guys and we filter on down the line here, this should jump up a little more. So Wyndham Clark's 75th percentile is 8th in the field. I'm not even showing you my screen right now. There we go. This is what I'm speaking about. I'm zooming in on myself and not the screen. We are rusty as balls. It's okay. Hang tight, folks. Hang tight. So this is what I'm talking about. The median scores for Wyndham Clark's safety aren't the best, but his 75th percentile, his top quarter of results, are 8th in the field. If we filter by median, we might not even see him on the screen. Yeah, as you right at the bottom here, we got Wyndham Clark. So he is 23rd when it comes to that. So that's a result of some statistical analysis, just for fun. We'll get back to your regular paid programming now and let you know what's cooking over there. But I thought I'd just mention that because that's what we're using for upside. That's what we're using for these metrics. And as a result of that, there we go. Wyndham is 24th in that market. But upside, he's 8th. So we've got a lot to like about when Wyndham Clark is playing good golf. The same goes for Pavard. These two are the same people. They're both not very likable. They're not, their averages aren't the best, but they kind of thrive when they do their thing. So that's what's going on. 90-1 for Pavan is a very, very nice number. There we go. Quick question. Is everyone so hopeful for Rahm? Dude has been absolutely terrible with 54. Not sure what others see. You know, I was so close to actually pulling the trigger on Rahm, but his odds are like 10, 11 to 1. Everyone's clumping him into the same bucket as Scotty and Xander. I know Spencer and I were chatting about it after the show. I said, you know what, buddy, I might actually follow you on Rahm. I pulled up my model. I did my thing. Yes, he's got some good course history here, but he's been playing on the DP World Tour at times. Some guys, as you can see, we don't have too many guys with history at the top of the board. But I'm not, I think he's going to be very popular. He goes into a playoff with Tyrrell. If Tyrrell doesn't miss a 3.5 footer on the final hole, his teammate doesn't miss a 3.5 footer. Who knows? Maybe he finishes second. Is everyone going to be clamoring to him then? I understand he played quite nicely at the Open, but his results have been fine. It's not like we're looking at stuff that's terrible. It's all been very good, but at the same time, it's like we've got the one win on Liv. He finished 7th at the Open. That's his only top 10 in a major this year. He had a WD from the US Open. He hasn't been playing the best. In these events, the driver used to gain on average like a stroke per round. I'm once again not showing you my screen. Here we go. Here's Rahm's profile. It's been outside of the win. Let's just move the win out the way. There's not on Liv, it's not been a lot. So we're kind of clamoring to this quick, instant, recent form here, which is kind of peaking. We know what Rahm's capable of. I just don't know if I'm willing to go there. I like Ludwig at a much better number. I think I'll trust him more. If we pull up Ludwig's stuff here, look at what he's been up to and compare these two profiles and tell me which one you want to bet on. You're just seeing so much more green. You're seeing so much better stuff. The Open Championship can be damned, whatever. The rest of the time, we're looking good. I mean, we've got tons and tons of solid results here on PGA Tour events, in major championships. This guy can jam. So, yes. Any love for the big Spaniard, Kev? Kind of. But I think he's going to be way too popular in DFS. I think he's going to be he's too short still, in my opinion, from a betting perspective to go to him. So we'll leave him alone for now. But I kind of fancy him. He's doing his thing, whatever. Let him do his thing. We'll react to it afterwards. He's got one more last chance to kind of figure this out. I know he was asking for the countries to pick their Olympic teams. You can't do that because South Africa's racist as heck. We're going to have black people on the team. And I say this as a South African who's seen BEE enforcement on our rugby teams and stuff mess up our squads. Like, our government they're forcing team players onto the team that don't belong there. I don't care about your color. Our captain's black. I'm cool with it. He's the best. I love Sia Khaleesi. He's awesome. Chester Williams was the first black player on the South African rugby team out of apartheid. Like, love Chester. We got all of this stuff going on, but we're going to have politics take over the selection criterias in very objective Olympic qualification metrics that you need to do in order to make the team. And as a result of that, I don't want it. But he did suggest that there's team aspects involved with the Liv, and I think they should bring the Ryder Cup format to the Olympics as well. So you have 2 guys per nation that can qualify. If you got those 2 guys, they can play on the same team. Let's play Ryder Cup format. You go 2 rounds of foursomes, 2 rounds of alternate, bam, 72 holes right there. You do it the next week. Team event. I would love to see that. Maybe make it 36 holes, 72 holes is fun. These guys like to do that. So that's what we're thinking over there. Whew. Let's chill out here again. I'm going to change the upside rank here. Hopefully it doesn't break the model again. Should be fine now that we've got that open. Cool. Okay. So we've spoken about these guys. We kind of skipped over Shane Lowry, I guess. I don't mind Shane Lowry from a top 10, top 20 perspective, but if you're going to be betting Shane Lowry from that market, top 10s plus 145, top 20s minus 210. Where would we bet him top 10? Shane Lowry. If you want to bet Shane Lowry plus 145, still a negative edge in this field. So can't quite get there with Shane. Where we can get is Benny on. Benny freaking on, folks. Let's go. Benny on 80 to 1 plus 8,000 for a win with 3 places. So you divide that by 5, 16 to 1, I believe. Quick math. Benny on. His most profitable market, top 5 market. He finishes inside the top 5, 1 in every 4 starts in his 21 events he's played this year or the last 12 months. He's a Korean. Koreans dominate the Olympics. I think he's going to play for his squad. I think he's going to play for his country. He's going to do this thing. Me and Kenny spoke about why he's even still Korean, because he hasn't even done his military service. We don't even know why he's avoided that yet. So that's what's exactly. Kenny should like Benny on more. I like Benny on more. I love the 80 to 1 number. I love the 16 to 1 top 3. I fancy his chances to finish on the podium quite nicely. Let's go Benny on. This dude is a savage. I don't even care about the other metrics. He's a very good driver of the golf ball when it comes to shorter than 7,200 yard holes or courses. His irons get better the longer they are. The white boxes over here, you see a lot more green once you get 150 and out. Love Benny on there. We love the rough proximities from 150 and out as well. And he's solid around the green usually. So that's his strengths. His putter can light up every now and then. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. That's cool. We love what Benny on's upside is. 80 to 1, Benny on. Let's go. If you're not going to bet him outright, I would bet him a top 5. If you're kind of just in the mood for Benny on, his top 5 market, tires paid in full, is going to give you a plus 650. That likely pops out as solid value at a 15% edge. We're saying 13% implied probability. We've seen him do it 24% of the time in bigger fields, in stronger fields. I'm not showing you Benny on again. Sorry, I'm a little rusty. But as you can see, we've got some stuff that you can get over Benny on. But we're going with the each way. We're going with the outright. Let's freaking go. Also, I haven't even done the giveaway yet. So let's do that because we're about pretty much 3/4 of the way through the show here without any other questions. We're not going to be doing. Ooh. What's up, Matthias Gannon? You suggest betting Pavan with Scotty and Rory, even if it's a... I see. Yes. Inside joke there. Go check out our Twitter. That's, we got some people coming after us about betting short numbers and stuff. We try and do it properly, 6x, 7x, that's the methodology we're doing over here. But yeah, if you're in the mood, bet Xander, Scotty, and Pavan. Let's go. I think that's hilarious. That's so funny, man. All right. Let's do the giveaway, folks. I'm going to pull up a random question here right now. See who is, all right. Okay, so let's do above $7,000. Who's got the worst top 10 rate in this field? Above, you know what? Let's go $7,500. $7,500. Who has the worst top 5 rate in this field? I will send you the model. Oh, I'm typing it into the chat as well. Let's see. There we go. All right. That's what we want here. Who in this field has the worst top 5 rate that's priced higher than $7,500? I'm going to do the filtering now. I actually have no idea. So that doesn't include 75, but it includes above $7,500. And the worst top 10 rate in this field, please tell me we don't have a tie. We do. Yikes. Okay. Well, we've got some live guys, which is causing some issues. I should probably stipulate. Let's go without the live dudes because I don't have those metrics, obviously. So non-live options above $7,500. Who's got the worst top 10 rate on the PGA Tour? Kevin saying Pavan. It's not Pavan. E-Bomb saying Dietrich. It's not Dietrich. Oh. It's not Dietrich. Close. Dietrich's second. Whew. Almost lied to you there, Kev. E-Bomb. Chris, my bad. So it's not Pavan. It's not Dietrich. Interesting stuff here. Very interesting. The Shad Show says Jason Day. Jason Day's on my screen. It's not him. Draper saying it's me. It's not me, Chris. I'm kidding. What's up, Chris? Oh, PS360, PS36 saying, I keep messing that name up. It's not Manwuli. Also on the screen, though. We are doing above $7,500 PGA Tour members. Who's got the best top 10 rate? I lied to you guys. Top 10 rate, not top 5, top 10 rate in this field. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. You guys are getting pretty close. It is not Naren. It is not Naren. But it starts with the letter N. So you guys can fire through some more. Top 10, worst top 10 in this field for PGA Tour players. Get it in. Sanjay. Is Sanjay even in the field? Who's the other Korean? It's Tom Kim and Benny On, bro beans. Sanjay's not even in the field. So that eliminates you from the next one, Instant Classics. You better do a shoey for nominating a guy that's not even in the field. Chris saying Connors, not Connors. Folks, it starts with the letter N, his first name. I'll give you that. He's a Europeaner. He is a Europeaner. He's also got a brother who plays golf. If that's not the giveaway, that's not the giveaway. I'll send you the model, whoever comes up with the next name. Let's get Benny On out of here as well. We've spoken about him already. Come on, friends. Let me know. It's not Taylor. Folks, there we go. Okay. Fitz would be a good guess. He does have a brother. He's a Europeaner, but it's not him. It is not Fitz, Kev. PS36 in the house first with Nikolai Højgaard, friends. Yeah, we are. So non-liver, there he is. Let me get myself and Phoebes out the way here quickly again, just to show you guys what we are working with. The top 10 rate, we've got Neiman. Obviously, all these guys have only got limited sample sizes, blah, blah, blah. But Nikolai Højgaard, in his 19 PGA Tour starts in the last 12 months, we're only dealing with a 5% top 10 rate. It's not very good. Yeah, Chris, very good stuff. Smart crowd. Hey, this is why you're tuning into Back 9 Bets, friends. This is why you're tuning into Back 9 Bets. So congrats to PS36. Hit me up on X or figure out a way for me to contact you so I can send you the model for this week. I appreciate you very much. Nikolai Højgaard, friends, has not finished inside the top 5, pretty much outside the Farmers Insurance. That was his first kind of appearance on the year. Had only played 9 holes of the golf course, which required 36 holes to make the cut on 2 different courses, and he went and almost won the damn thing behind Pavon. So yeah, tough stuff, but congrats, PS36. We're going to get you the model for yourself over there. All right, so now that I completely have lost my train of thought, lost where we were in the model, lost where we were with our bettings, we'll get back to our stuff here. Okie dokie, let's get us back in the box so we have a bit more space. Let's do some more stuff here. Next golfer, next lady for a shave. And I think we only really have, oh boy, let's do our guy. Tom Kim, the other Korean, Sungjae Tom Kim for instant classics. Where is Tom Kim on our list here? I'm just going to have to search him. I should know. Okay, 20th. Not the best, not the worst. It is what it is. Tom Kim, great course history here. Great course history. He's played here multiple times. And when you think about someone like Tom Kim, he's accurate off the tee. He's been playing great golf. It is what it is. Jens, I'm not even doing twisted teas. We're doing some whiskey, and I'm not even drinking that much of it yet. So I reckon Tom Kim is going to medal for sure. He loves water. So Tom, let's see what he can do. He's played nicely at this venue before. He's a perennial winner on the PGA Tour with 3 wins already. I bet him because, 33-1 is a fair bet. I love him to place inside the top 3. He's been doing some good stuff the last little while. This guy's iron play is delicious. Delightful, delicious, judicious, all of that stuff. His wedges, we're going to see a few wedges, remember? We've seen a lot of those buckets early. Then from out, 200 and out, he's even better. So it's like solid stuff in all those departments. Typically out the rough from far, not the best, but he hits the ball in the fairway so much. When he's in the rough, he can suck it up because he's in the fairway so often, doing good stuff from there. So that's what we love about Tom Kim. He's been playing good golf, lost to Scotty Scheffler in a playoff at the Travelers Championship, which was a bit of a birdie fest, but similar kind of golf course, not with difficulty, but layout. Shorter venue, all of the wins, TPC Summerlin and at Sedgefield for the Wyndham Championship. Shorter golf courses, Tom Kim thrives at. So especially ones that, kind of put an emphasis on driving accuracy. So Tom Kim, we love what he can do. He's been the reason we've hit our outrights in the last few years as well, along with Cam Smith and the boys at the John Deere Classic and in Mexico. That's basically that's our betting profile. We hit the John Deere Classic winner, our home state, basically. And then we hit the guys in Mexico. EVR, Jake Knapp, blah, blah, blah. So that's basically what we do. It is what it is. Tom Kim, 33-1. Go win that gold medal for us, brother. It's your time. Put on that tank engine mentality. Go take it down, baby. Go take it down. Let's do it. Let's do it. Nothing much more else to say than that. He's been playing great golf. The top 5s are a little lacking, but we've seen some numbers trending in the right direction for Tom Kim. We've seen some numbers trending in the right direction. And then our final bet, friends, our final bet of the card is going to be Victor Perez. Another Frenchman. We've bet both of them. I fancy the chances that one of Perez or Pavon finds themselves on the podium. Perez also, I'll pull up his DG stuff here quick. He's been doing some solid work. He's been showing some sporadic upside of late. Not super late, but more so the RBC Canadian Open. PGA Tout suggests, the Canadian comp courses are solid. Played nicely there. Putted out of his brains. It is what it is. But we've seen some good driving from him. We've seen some good iron play from him. If those two show up somehow at the same time this week in his home country, we are looking good. We've seen the spike putting both times. Get him inside the top 10 at the Genesis Scottish Open. 3rd at the Canadian Open. And then 12th at the Memorial. Some solid golf there as well. Sucked it up at the 2 majors since then, but it's okay. He's 140-1. You're barely betting anything in that department. You're getting tons and tons of value on that three places. That's basically what this bet is. He's trying to get 140 divided by 5, whatever that is. What's 24, 28-1 for a top 3 for Victor Perez. So that's where we're going there. That's the mentality. There's nothing really more that I like about him. I mean, we got nothing that ranks inside the top 20 for his any strokes gain numbers. He's pretty solid at hitting greens, I guess. So congrats to that. That's solid. We're going to need that around these watery venues. He's hit or miss. He hits a lot of good shots from 200 and out, but he also isn't the best at gaining strokes from that distance. So he tends to hit a few more poor shots than we can expect. And as a result, loses those shots there. So I don't know. He's French. Maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. He's 140 to 1. It's a pretty much a no-brainer situation there. I agree. We got some Glenn live, Glenn footage. No, we're just doing some Jack Honey. And then we got Victor Perez, yes, as the outright. Let's go, Jens, my man. So that's pretty much it, folks. Any questions, any placements, hit me up before we get out of here. I'll plug it in. Maybe we find a nice edge, like the Colin Morikawa top 5 versus the top 10 thing we were speaking about earlier. Let's check what can go on there. Maybe we hang around long enough to kind of give another giveaway out. But if not, this might be the show. Kev saying, appreciate the insight, my man. Hey, I appreciate you for tuning in. I get paid to do this stuff. This is my job now. So I think this is where we're trying to do our thing. This is what we're trying to do. This is where we're trying to live. Maybe we can dive into a few guys down the board, but it's the Olympics. I feel like we've done our job here. And let's go. The chat was cooking again. It's the Olympics. We've seen better turnouts before, but it is what it is. So yeah, I'll hang tight for a few seconds. Maybe someone throws a few questions in here, but Phoebe's been amazing. She's hung out in the chair the whole time. Phoebus, girl. Oh yeah, she's been a good girl. She's been good. Ernie and I, we lacking sleep because it was thunderstorming the whole night. And when he doesn't sleep, I don't sleep because he sleeps on my face. And he's like 55, 60 pounds. The big easy. The big old easy. Doing his thing. Yes. So you getting paid while I'm getting paid. We're all getting paid. This is the world we want to live in, my man. Let's go. I love it. So just a little recap then. We've got Scotty Scheffler, top 5, minus 125. We've got Xander Schauffele, top 10, minus 200. We've got Colin Morikawa, top 5, plus 200. Then for our outrights, Ludwig Ober, 20 to 1. Then for the next guy, Tom Kim, 33 to 1. And then we go all the way to 80 to 1s. Benny On, 80 to 1. All of these are three-way places. If they podium, we're cashing, baby. We don't need winners to make money on this show. We understand our strengths. We understand our weaknesses. We hit that second place often. That's why we're betting these top 3s. Wyndham Clark, 110 to 1. Right? What are we doing with that number? Mathieu Pavon, 90 to 1. Victor Perez, 140 to 1. Let's freaking party, friends. I'm down to do this thing. Let's have a great Olympics. Go Team South Africa. Go Team USA. And go Team Canada. If you guys are up there listening on Mayo Media Network. Teams that I don't want, the Frenchies, unless they're playing golf. Dirty, sleazy Frenchmen. Australians. Not a fan of the Aussies. Cheating scoundrels. Using sandpaper to beat the South Africans in cricket. Not a good thing. So screw the Aussies. Screw the French outside of the golf. Let's go. Boom, chakalaka, friends. Thanks for tuning in. Hit the like button. We'll be back next week for whatever tournament it is. It's going to be a fun one. Till then, see y'all there.